So let's go on now to the final class, which is of these sort of models, which is the Schelling segregation model. Okay, so this is a model of the emergence of segregation, which is very stylized, but showing how very slight preferences can in some cases lead to big patterns in terms of segregation of different communities. So we're going to have to do help, example models, and we're going to have to scroll down to the Schelling segregation model. Okay, so it is here, Schelling segregation. Now, this model is discrete space, but agents move. So it has it looks a little bit like an cellular automata model. So let's run this thing. But agents are actually moving around. And what you'll see here is that, let me close this thing back here. So agents here have a preference to be, somewhat of a preference to be near people like them. And the preference can vary in terms of its strength. So here's a preference. This is what it describes as a 51% preference. 0% preference would be a 50% preference. I think is actually I'd have to go double check the logic. My recollection was a 50% preference is no preference at all. 51% is a slight preference. And what you'll find is that depending on the degree of preference, you'll see these macro patterns emerging, which are not deterministic, but which exhibit sort of these broad regularities of people next to each other. So here you have sort of this state where people are searching for positions, and occasionally it will settle down. It'll settle down to a position which is stable, and where people are generally comfortable with where they're at. If you bump it up a bit, it may stay stable or it may not remain stable. And if it goes far enough up, there's never going to be a state it's going to fully, or it'll take a long time to reach a state where it remains stable. So let's just go see what's going on here. And what we're going to see, well, we may have to leave it till next time, is building up some UI elements associated with it. Okay.